So thank you all for being here today. And Zoomies, thank you for, yeah, you're in your pajamas and slippers, I know. But thank you for joining us anyway. Um, Let us start with our statement about who we are, our mission statement. We are an inclusive spiritual community where we recognize and express our oneness with Creator and all creation. Is anyone here for the first time? Okay. Our speaker today is Reverend Christina Jones, who is a powerful teacher, writer, and intuitive in partnership with the divine creator. She is passionate about supporting the divine feminine within all sentient beings through prayer, higher consciousness, laughter, fun, and joy. She is the founder and co-creator of a CSL focus ministry, Divine Feminine Evolution. Reverend Christina is a healing emissary of light and love for the world. Boy, are we lucky to have her today. And with that, Connie, do you want to start us with sanctuary?
Good morning, everyone. Hi, everybody on Zoom. Hi, everybody in the room. I am just delighted to be here today and see your smiling faces and your smiling faces on Zoom that I can't see right now because there are words up there, but I know you're there and I can see you waving at me in my mind. And I found it very interesting that the universe conspired to bring me out of retirement for the first time to come back here in 2 months on this very special day. And it gives me the privilege of singing these songs with you for the last time before you move into all the new creation you've been doing next week. And that is just really a thrill for me. And I just find it's, of course the universe would put me here because I'm the one who put the songs here a long time ago. So I am happy to be the one to help facilitate clearing the space for all this, all the newness that is going on. And so I'm wondering, would you be open to doing this opening song slightly different way today? It's the last time, and we want to bless it. This song has been very good to us. All of them have, and we want to bless them. And my little feeling about songs is that every song is a powerful, mystical creation, and it carries a specific intention and a specific emotional tone, because its job here in this kind of setting is to its vibrational essence, which to me is the bottom line of any song in a setting like this. Its vibrational essence has the power to change our state and to focus our mind and to put us in a place of opening to hear Reverend Christina's message and anyone else who's speaking, right? It just really can do that. So to honor this song, and you can do this with any other song that you'd like to in your lifetime, I invite you to right now at home, on Zoom, here in the room, sit back, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart. This particular song, its specific intention has been to connect in a safe space, right? And its emotional tone has been all that supports that. So let's take a moment and just listen to these words, because they can become rote when we've done a song for so long like this one. Love, sweet love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. So with thanksgiving, I commit to being a living sanctuary for you, love, for you. So let's stand and sing this together to anchor in the intention of that loving, safe connection that it always stays in this room. It's not about the song. It's about the vibration, right? And that comes from you. So let's stand and sing this for the last time. And thank you for indulging me. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Last time. Love, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you, a sanctuary for you. And we let it go, and so it is.
And we let it go and allow Spirit to be in and through us as we are the sanctuary, as this beautiful community allows the Christ consciousness to download the love and the light that we all are. I know everyone that is on its way here, those that are watching on Zoom, those that will watch later on YouTube, are highly blessed and highly connected to the divine sanctuary that is within all of us now, that which is that divine light, peace, presence, and power. I give thanks for this sacred, special place in the holy space within and throughout the world. And so it is.
Now we know that there is love and light in the very air around us, right? So breathe it in, take a nice breath, drink your fill. There's plenty. And I need help. I need your help to sing this. Here's your line. Love one another. Got it? Light of the world, shine on me, shine on us all, set us free. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. And when you feel afraid, love one another. When you've lost your way, love one another. When you're all alone, love one another. When you're far from home, love one another. When you're down and out, when your hopes run out, When you need a friend, love one another. When you're near the end, just love. Help me out. We've got to love. We've got to love one another. Light of the world, shine on me. Love is the answer. Shine on us all, set us free. Love is the answer. Light of the world, love is the answer. Shine on us all. Love is the answer. Reverend Christina.
Thank you, Connie. Love is the answer. Absolutely. Hi, everyone on Zoom. And thank you all for being here. I'd like to thank Dr. David Goldberg. I've known over 10 years through CSL. And thank you all for braving the weather. We're strong people. And those of you who are comfy and cozy, thank you for holding your space and being comfy and cozy. Today, and I've been thinking about this even in December, it's like a reboot we've been going through. So it truly dropped in of the rebooting and revealing leads to healing. And Ruth was just sharing with me that many of you all did a workshop, a vision board workshop yesterday, and that's a form of a reboot. And I know for me, I could deal with a reboot right now. A little background on me, I come from the engineering world. I worked in missile defense. I'm IT at home. And I remember always telling my husband, because every time I go out of town, something crashes in a computer. And I'm like, honey, you gotta hit that little button. And he's a big guy, and sometimes he just like Hulk smash. I'm like, no, gentle, gentle reboot. And with everything that has occurred since 2020, I think we all can go for a gentle reboot. So with January, a lot of people start resolutions and a lot of vision boards. I love the fact you guys did it later. Because some statistics say a lot of people start a resolution by 8 days into it. They've thrown the diet out the window. They said they were going to do, they made all these lists and over-bombarded themselves. And I also feel over-bombarded the spiritual system. That the reboot could be soft. It doesn't have to be a hard push. It could be a really gentle way of moving into this new place of being. I even feel metaphysically we're in a new world. It wasn't just COVID. There's so much that happened. I know for me and my family, we had a lot of loss, a lot of revealing. Even people I see as a spiritual counselor, a lot of people changing jobs, quit jobs, move, remodeled. You're going to hear a lot of re's, because it's just cumbering. I also feel that we're remembering and we're recalling who we are, whose we are. That divine light, the ethereal rain, I feel of peace is really falling on this planet. Although there are days you look at the news and they may be riots and they may be arguments, it is what's up here, be still and know. Before every great golden age, which I feel we are moving towards, it was always darkest before the dawn. There was always a falling away of old paradigms. We're in a new paradigm of life. And oddly enough, at least for me, I believe in past lives. There are days I asked Jesus, I really agreed to this, didn't I? I really agreed to come here. And then I get a lesson, yes, you did. And I feel, yes, we did. To hold this new light of consciousness and this new light of love. And from Romans 12:2, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. That's a reboot. That's a revealing. And when things are revealed, they are healed. We are all seeing truths being revealed. Politically, health-wise, the whole world. I was supposed to go to Peru. Possibly we're still going in May. But then we're going to see. Because we're watching the world. It's okay sometimes to take a pause. Because the one thing, back to engineering, that reboot, when I reboot the modem, I notice when things get stuck, it needs that reboot. It's like a pause, and it comes back into alignment. We are dropping into a beautiful alignment of consciousness. The Bible, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, many of the elders of the Transcendental Movement, they spoke of this time. You can read some Nostradamus stuff. It's not all code. The timing may be a little off, but then what's timing? The calendar was changed. So we're in a new world. Even the Mayans say we have entered this new field. And oddly enough, in the stars it shows, we have a green comet that is passing near the planet that hasn't passed near this beautiful planet in 50,000 years. Coincidence? I think not. This beautiful community, when I drove here, I've been to Colorado Springs many, many times. But I've never been on Mesa Road, and I felt an energy. Other than sliding a little bit, I did feel an energy. It was not just ice. I felt an energy. It was a beautiful light. Ruth said in our prayer, beautiful light Mesa. There's an energy field in Colorado Springs. You're down the street from Garden of Gods. It's a vortex. I have a friend of mine who's Navajo. Pikes Peak is a beacon. You are all part of that rebooting of that beacon of new energy, divine unfoldment. I like what Joe Dispenza says, Dr. Joe Dispenza, who wrote books on rewiring neural pathways. We are going to see many paradigms that are to collapse because they cannot sustain themselves in this new era. He said that in 2019. I think he saw something. I think he knew something we all knew. We felt something in the air. In 2019, I was to take a group to Italy in November of 2020. I go downstairs to go meditate, light my candle, have my incense. Within a second, a voice said, "No, shut down." I heard it. Everything's stopping. My mother, who studied and worked at a Unity church for over 30 years in New Orleans, Louisiana, where I'm from, was a mystic and a metaphysical healer and also worked with the government as a psychic. She calls me from her nursing home. So, of course, I'm out of meditation because I'm going, okay, I'm rocked. What just happened? And she's like, honey, something's coming in 2020. And I told her, she said, be still and know. It's okay, whatever happens. She left this planet May of 2020, and I am very clear that was to help us out. And I also, and with that, we lost many friends and family through COVID and other means. Accidents, flukes. That's all part of the reboot. And even though it's sad and we miss them, they're in the light to support and help us. And they may reincarnate. Their own new incarnation is supporting the energy as we are listening and rebooting our own lives, our own consciousness of love, light, and divine healing. We are in the healing. And some days we just gotta take our time. I feel Mother Earth is rebooting. I've been in Colorado for 25 years. I have never seen snow stay. My husband grew up here, and he's going, something's up. And I'm like, Gaia, Big Mama is rebooting. All the flooding. Last year they had a drought. Lake Mead's over capacity. New Orleans never gets snow, ice, and tornadoes. That's where my lineage is from. Snow, ice, and tornadoes. I never saw a tornado growing up in New Orleans. This is a reboot. It's a recentering. It's a realigning of a divine healing. Charles Fillmore, Divine Love in the Heart, establishes one in fearlessness and indomitable courage. It takes courage to reboot. It takes courage to recenter. It takes courage to get out of bed. I mean, it was cold this morning. It takes courage to stand in light and truth. Even takes courage some days to pray and meditate. Some days the human gets in its way. And we just gotta stop doing what we're doing, take a pause, and reintegrate, realign with the great divine. The Holy Spirit, the energy's here now. I have some members in my family. I love my sister dearly, and she is a very staunch Christian. And she recently said she's waiting to be taken up. And then 2 weeks ago, last month she said that it's time, because that's her beliefs. We agree to lovingly see different perspectives of spirituality and religion, and that's okay. And then she calls me Friday and said, I don't think I'm being taken up, waiting to be rescued. Because she's like, we shouldn't still be here. And I was sad, and then she laughed. And she's like, maybe you and Grandpa were right, that we're giving everything to Jesus, to that light. But who am I to say that I'm supposed to be swooped up when everything's in chaos? And then she said, what is chaos? We created this. That was profound when she said that. Because there's a part of her that got oneness. She got it in that moment instead of waiting to not be left behind and waiting for a big cloud to come get her up. She's like, I'm looking at this differently now. And now we can talk a little closer into the oneness instead of going into fear and looking for an escape route. Because what if all these new babies being born? I'm a godmother to a 1-year-old. She is so precious. Talking, walking, giggling, loves opera. We go to a store, people are like, what is that? These bright eyes. So we're not here and everything's about to go away. No, we're rebooting. We're realigning to a new earth. Humans have been here longer than now what they're speculating. We're strong, we're courageous, and we are made of divine love. And as Connie said, to love one another. I feel one of the ways we can also reboot is when we're out in the store, just beam love. Beam love when you're driving. Send love. Even if someone cuts you off, they're in their own space. They're in their own time. Some people don't have a beautiful spiritual community like this. Some of them are looking for their own revelation and reboot, and sometimes it comes out sideways. If we hold a space of love and compassion, we can shift this planet. It's going to shift with us or without us. Do you want to be a part of it? So some of the ways I think of how we can reboot, I know for me, I'm getting rid of clothes, going to do things. During COVID, a lot of us didn't go out. I mean, it's like, wore heels for the first time. I'm like, oh, I've been in slippers too long. My feet just went, what? And then I was like, I have all these nice clothes. And I have my grandmother's china. One night I told my husband, I want to eat on the china. Why you just use it at Christmas time? Started rebooting my house. I have a lot of friends that are knocking down walls, redecorating, because they realized they didn't even like the environment that they really lived in. That's a reboot. Reboot maybe your resume, or if you play music, look at your instruments, or just change things up. Do something to surprise yourself. Spirit always surprises us. God does have a sense of humor. Maybe that's part of a reboot, looking at things totally with fresh eyes, a new perspective, because we are in a new earth. We are going through a different timeline. The area of Aquarius is here. The age of Aquarius is here. And what that means is harmony and peace. The old has to leave. And it will leave. Kicking and screaming, but it will leave. We're in a beautiful time from the Piscean age to Aquarian age of this so-called, when everyone says new thought, this is not new thought, this is old. The ancients know it. A friend of me and my husband's, Jackson Crawford, he studies ruins. They just discovered what they think the oldest ruins in Norway. Those were mystical, there was last week, mystical, magical people. They're discovering things on this planet. They're finding out roads in what we call Mexico, in the Mayan culture, underground from a satellite. Everything's being revealing. Everything's being rebooted. We're going to see a lot in 2023. Hold on. Hold on. What in the world's going on? A friend of mine said, I'm like, the world is going on. We have to get into that alignment, that prophetic energy of power, of light. Spiritual reboots are essential. If you do not reboot your computer, what happens? It does not work. I had to reboot Zoom. It was demanding I did an update. I was trying to backdoor it. I didn't want to deal with it. It was ticking, ticking, ticking. And then I found out I had to manually reboot it. I laughed. I was like, oh, it wasn't just the button. I had to go in through my Mac and go through a back door and reboot it. I was like, And I was thinking and holding this talk as Spirit was channeling through me. It's like, go through the back end. And what I got was, go back to the roots. I was talking to my cousin who was saying that our family survived the Spanish flu, as all of our families did, or we wouldn't be here, in 1918. Ernest Holmes, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, they all knew each other. They went through and came out of the Spanish flu, and everything was different. It's a repeat. Time is not a line. It's circular. So we're rebooting and we're holding for our friends, our family, the new souls that are coming in. We are holding the container of light. And that's revealing a very profound truth of healing and light and love is really all there is. Our grandparents didn't have a computer to reboot. My dad used to hit the TV during this time in the NFL season, if you remember the antennas and everything. I think that was his form of a reboot. Well, hey, let's tap within. Maybe I got to go back and maybe I need to pray a little bit more. Maybe in the middle of the day. I found myself during a snowstorm one day, I was chanting because there were cars going all over. And instead of going, oh God, and scrambling the wheel, I just started chanting, I'm safe. I'm getting home safe. I'm safe. We're all safe. We're all safe. And then I noticed the cars behind me. Everything started, and I calmed down. Instead of looking with my eyes, even though I couldn't close my eyes because you're driving, and I was on 285, and it's like, I'm safe. We're safe. Everyone's getting home safe. And later that night, I found out the cars that I saw flipped over, they said that it was a miracle that no one was injured. I can't say it was me, but I feel there was a collective going. Because there was a guy in a pickup truck looking next to me like, you got this. Because he was spinning too. It's like, we didn't know each other. There was a divine connection. And there always is a divine connection. Well, how can we reboot our life? Vision boards are great. Looking at your home, your friendships, your car. I have a client that wants a new car. She wants a Tesla, wants a Tesla, wants a Tesla. So I told her, I said, put a picture of a Tesla in her car. And then when she looked inside her car, sent me a picture. She said, the inside of my car is a mess. I said, well, how are we going to manifest a new car until you clean out the old one you're in and appreciate it? And she said, yeah, my car needs to be a little redone and worked over. Because if I get a Tesla, I'm going to do the same thing I did there. She got that awareness. That's a reboot. What needs to be repaired in your home? What needs to be fixed? Because this energy also knocks out electronics. We just got on Mercury in retrograde. Things are still spinning. I follow a little astrology. A lot of planets are going direct. Yippee! Yippee! But then, as I follow some of this, and some scientists said, oh, the sun is acting out. There's solar flares. We're going to have more earthquakes. Even said it on news. We're going to have more upheaval. But I was like, well, that's a reboot. That's mama realigning, resituating everything to allow this new energy and this new frequency that is here now. There's a beautiful light that is raining on this planet. A lot of revealings are being shown on this planet, a lot of truths. A lot of new technologies and even spiritual technologies. The NIH, which is the National Institutes of Health and Standards, and a lot of doctors go on the website. My chiropractor sent me this link that they are now looking into gold, nano gold particles that humans used to consume in their chocolates and soups. Because they're realizing that might help with Alzheimer's. They're doing, you can Google this, they're doing tests on this. Of liquid gold, like even if you go get a cupcake somewhere and there's gold flakes, that it helps the brain. Gold vibrates at the level of a rose. We're energetic beings that vibrate. We're coming into divine realization, and realignment is happening now. So I invite you all to embrace it. Even when there are outside things going on, or just a little bit too much news, take a break, go dance. Go turn on a Hamilton or a cartoon. Do something that brings you joy, anything that brings you joy, to give yourself and your soul a break, a respite. Every day we can reboot every morning. Every night when we go to sleep, our cells regenerate. we recharge. Every 7 years, we get new cells. We're constantly renewing. Spirit is constantly renewing us. That is the reboot. That's the revealing. And that's the healing. And that healing is from a really big frequency, which is known by no name and all names, that which is God. And we are in alignment with that. And we are made of pure love. Pure love and pure light. And we are all essential during this time of reboot. So if you're willing, join me in prayer. Thank you, Divine Creator, for the healing, for the light and the love. For all of us are here on Zoom, virtual, in person, and in divine consciousness. For God is all there is. The Christ consciousness, the divine light, the divine power of joy and healing right here and now. And we are all in divine unification of that power, of that realignment, of that love, of abundance, prosperity, divine healing, knowingness, and divine intuition is reigning through us now. And I know this for myself and for the entire unity community in the world. There's a love, a peace, and a harmony in 2023 and moving forward in the reboot of the love and the light and the joy and the heart-centered living and healing. I'm grateful for everyone that is here on Zoom, watching later, this entire Light Mesa community. Grateful for the oneness, the peace, the divine connection, and the love of the holy divine Creator. As we breathe and know and feel this, my heart is gladdened and happy and filled with the light of joy as everyone is filled with the light of the divine Christ consciousness. And so it is.
Thank you so very much, Reverend Christina. What a beautiful thought about raising consciousness within ourselves, and it becomes the collective. And that's what we're all here for, I'm sure, is to be sure that we are living from that high vibration of love. And thank you for reminding us in such a special way of the process. Appreciate it so much. We are going to do our offering. And would you put the giving information on the screen, please, Kayla? We have many ways of giving, and they are always listed in the newsletter, but we are going to be collecting some offering here today. So let's put our offering to our hearts and simply say, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
And as Reverend Christina said, we are all love and light, right? Let's prove it. I am a radiant light of God. I am a radiant light of God. Now you've got the chorus. Let's sing. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. One more time. Let me hear you on Zoom. Radiant light of God, I shine the light of love. One one more time. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. Oh, when I stumble, I leap by the light of my faith, shining both night and day, shining both night and day. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. Oh, when I see your face, yes, I see God's light guiding you on your way, guiding you on your way. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. Sing it, Marlene. I am a radiant light of God. See, that was easy. I shine the light of love. And with one big joyful sound, I know that now is the time to shine. Now is our time to shine. I am a radiant light of God. I shine the light of love. I am a radiant light of God. Big finish. I shine the light. I shine the light. I shine the light. Yay! Of love. We could see you singing on Zoom. Thank you.
Indeed, indeed. Beautiful, Connie. Thank you so, so much. I would like to find out, Christina, Reverend Christina, are you going to be available after services to be in the Zoom room? So just so we know that, those of you on Zoom, if you want to speak with Reverend Christina, that will be available to you. We have announcements. And first of all, I want to say thank you to Susan Anderson for these beautiful flowers this morning in honoring her parents. So, yay, Susan, thank you so much. She came trudging in the snow with these flowers in her hand. She says, by golly, I'm going to make it this morning. But they're beautiful. Thank you so much. And let's see, what else do I want to say? Also, before I forget it, the chaplain's training that was going to be today after service is not going to happen. But I do believe, did you say next week, Linda?
Next Wednesday.
It will be on Wednesday night at 6:30 on Zoom. And if you want to attend, please contact me and I will send you the link for the Zoom meeting.
All right, there you have it, right from the leader's mouth. So I didn't mix it up. Thanks, Susan, or Linda. All right, we have some really fun announcements. First of all, we are going to be doing next weekend, Reverend David and Rick are going to present Make Your Own Oracle deck of cards. And that's going to be Sunday, February 5th, and it will be in the fellowship hall. We're going to be making our own oracle cards. Also, I wanted to mention this Spirit at Sea cruise that they are organizing. All of this information in detail is in the newsletter that you should be getting in your email. So go through the specifics so you can get more detail. I'm just going to highlight some of the things you might be interested in looking at. We all know that the new order of service is on the horizon, and that will be happening next Sunday. And next Saturday, there will be a meeting to go over all of that, and you're all invited to be a part of that. Reverend David, one of the things that he's been so sensitive to is inclusivity, and not just coming in like a steamroller, but simply wanting all of us to partake in the input. Was that funny, Christina? All right.
It kind of sounded like a Zamboni.
Well, you know, many new leaders come in and they just take over. They just, forget what you did before. This is the way I'm going to do it. I find it very refreshing that he is including everybody in the process, which I think is empowering not only to him, but to us who have been here for a while. So I invite you to be here next Saturday for the discussion on the order of service. You can't. All right. Well, then you have it down. You know how to get here. All right. That's very good. Let's see. We are going to start also, and I think today we have soup in our beautiful fellowship hall. We're going to be serving lunch, which is going to be a wonderful addition to our weekly fellowship. So there's a sign-up sheet on the bulletin board, and there will be themes of what the lunch will be. And instead of just bringing whatever you think, I mean, you're always welcome to bring what you want. But if you want to, shall I say, embellish the menu, sign up for the things that have been suggested that we need. So that's going to be happening on a regular basis. And today we have homemade soup, and oh my goodness, what a day for soup, huh? I want to remind you all of the Women's Sacred Circle, the Sacred Women's Circle, I should say, that meets every fourth Saturday. And as was mentioned by Reverend Christina, we had a beautiful turnout yesterday. River facilitated a beautiful experience of making a vision board. And we all got to share that, and it was just lots and lots of fun. But who doesn't have fun when River's in charge? Geez, she's the best playmate I've ever known. Also, the Unity's men's group is going to be meets on the second and fourth Saturdays from 8:30 to 10. So that too is something that we want you to be aware of. And last but not least, the office hours. Kayla will be in the office. It looks like Tuesday from 9 to 5. And then the office will be open Wednesdays from 9 to 5 and Thursdays 9 to noon. So if anybody wants to come and visit, talk, ideas, if you need something to be personally attended to, please know that we will be open at those hours. So with that, did I forget something? Our prayer chaplain, Sylvia, would you please close us in prayer?
Sacred and sweet is the hour we spend together, where divine love is manifesting within and through us. As we close the service, we say thank you to Reverend Christina Jones for her inspiring message. We are blessed and grateful for her, and also blessed and grateful to have a full-time minister leading us. As well, we are now celebrating over a year back worshiping in person, and and we've been able to have fellowship in this time. We express gratitude for an expanded fellowship program. It's providing more opportunities for sharing divine love with each other. And especially grateful that the quality of our Women's Sacred Service Circle program is inspiring women who are members of other churches to come fellowship with us. We appreciate our abundant blessings within our family, our spiritual family, and our individual blessings that are so abundantly received. We leave here today knowing that in daily life, time with each other and time with you, precious Creator, is what matters the most. We exit now, healed, refreshed, renewed. We are filled with your wisdom, your joy. Our hearts are overflowing with love, your love to share, and filled with your wisdom guiding our steps on our path of life. Grateful we are for countless abundant blessings, and so it is. Thank you, God. Amen. Do you have a personal concern that you would like a prayer chaplain to pray with you about? Did you hear that? Sorry. If you do, I will meet you in the foyer after the service. Thank you.
Thank you, Sylvia. I forgot to ask, do you still circle up for the closing song or just stand? You circle up? Okay, everybody, let's circle up for the closing song. And while you're making a big circle in the room, I invite everybody on Zoom, just see yourself here and feel your hands in our hands in the room. And again, Reverend Christina will come up onto the platform so that you can connect with her on Zoom after the service. And everybody who's in the room, feel free to go down the hall for fellowship for 20 to 30 minutes. Let the light within you shine. We are all connected. Look into another's eyes. See your light reflected. We are one light, shining souls in harmony. We are one light, shining in unity. Have a blessed week, everyone.